Hello, everybody. Um, can't even get a, can't even catch your breath before you try to sit in and absorb the verdict from George Floyd that he got justice, his family got justice, and you couldn't even, let it sink in quite yet. Where there's a glimmer of hope. And during the trial, you had unnecessary killings. Like, for instance, a 13-year-old, a 20-year-old. Could it have been better ways? Yes. That is the question. Yes. Oh, you're not a police officer. I know police officers. I may not talk to them every day. I may not go over to their house. I might, but I have went to school with police officers. You're not a police officer. Yes, I'm not a police officer. But I'm not a dummy neither. Could it have been better ways? Yes. And after the trial, you have a 40-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old snuffed out. Where it shouldn't even been them getting snuffed out. Let's be real. See, I got nothing against good police officers. I got nothing against I can't even say I don't have anything against the system, because let's be frankly, the system is broken. The system is broken. It ain't, and if you say it ain't broken, it's because it's not working in the way that we want it to. It's working in the way that you want it to. And how's that go? Think about it. Anytime a police officer get on the scene and you have a white person, you have a black person, who do they go to first? Who is they most likely to put into handcuffs first or try to put a dominance on first. Real talk. And then y'all keep hollering about it's bad, it's a bad apple. Alright. Here's the problem with a dream. When you dream, your eyes is closed. When you have a vision, you're dreaming with your eyes open. I have a vision. A lot of other people's, if you're not busy or dealing with something very destructive, how about this? Why don't you close your eyes real quick? Imagine a great forest. That forest has plenty of fruits, vegetables, all your faves. And that great forest have some old, greedy trees that their roots been there for so long that they just keep going down deeper and deeper and deeper until it hits the water source for that great forest. And it says, and them trees is like, since we've been here the longest, fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. We need all that water for ourselves. So now you have certain rotting fruit that's coming from some of the good trees. And because of the trees struggling to hold on from not to die from some of the other trees that is sucking up all the water, now you have the trees that has good fruit that's turning rotten. You got the berries that's on the ground coming from the bushes becoming frail and going bad because it can't get enough water. Now, when the cities have their favorite parks and have their favorite areas for people to go chill out, maybe pick some fruit or take care of the land, they call in a professional landscaper. That landscaper takes no bias from anybody. And the city listens to that landscaper. That landscaper tells them, hey, sorry to tell you, gotta get rid of this tree, because if you don't get rid of this tree, the rest of these are gonna die off, and then you're not gonna have a plentiful forest. Now open your eyes. Why we can't have that same way for the police system? Someone that is not answering to the police union, someone is not answering to the police, and they're not buddies with the police. It's one thing to keep a friendly decor. It's another thing to go across that friendly decor and get buddy. Real talk. So, because that's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. That's another way. Because think about it. You have 911, and just like it was proven, like someone said earlier this week, you have 911 if you have a fire. You have 911 if someone fell and they need to be rushed off to the hospital. You got 911 if someone is stuck in a tree where conventional means cannot reach them. Hell, if you call 911 about a certain thing dealing with a building situation, you don't get the police, you don't get the fire department, and you don't get an ambulance. They give you a number for a building inspector to come out to survey. Every time y'all hear defund the police, maybe let's think about it. Where if you got a police station that says, you know what, we got something that's like, we got a street tank, that's a tank that don't have treads, it has rubber tires but just as damn near strong as a regular tank. We have military grade armor, but we don't know how to deal with people who have mental issues. How about this? Why don't we take some of that money and, how y'all say, defund the police, which is not really defunding the fucking police. It's just not giving them all the money to spend on certain things that they really don't need at that time. And take it and add on to the 911. That way, if you have a person, hey, my child is going through a mental issue, they have special needs, you don't have to worry about your child getting shot. They could send someone over that is qualified and trained to deal with mental issues versus calling the police. And then if it is, let's say for instance, it is, let's say that a police officer is needed, he is dressed down, he's not carrying a firearm. Let's say he has a special protective padding to give aid to that person, not a damn gun, taser, or pepper spray. Maybe he has padding. You know, if it's a problem, let me know. That if police officers don't have padding to protect themselves from getting stabbed and they're not qualified to deal with people with knives without killing them, maybe instead of bulletproof vests, we need bulletproof arm guards. That way they can protect, parry, and sway from getting stabbed. And maybe they can sit up there and think for a second, hey, maybe this doesn't require lethal force. Maybe since I can't tell the age of this child or the age of this person, maybe I need to work my way up to lethal force. Like, I don't know, hey, let me step in with my protective arm guard. They have jitsu padding that you use for your arm. All you gotta do is get some fiberglass, some flexible fiberglass, put it inside the jitsu armor. I guarantee you that will stop a knife. I'm sorry I feel emotional because I have children. I have a 14-year-old boy. I have a 6-year-old daughter. I have 2 children that I help raise, and they're 21. I call them children. Why? Because they still live with me and the missus. I have raised my kids. I have went to Chicago, sat down, talked with certain officers that used to be on the force that dealt with situations with me and my family. Shouts out to them. Because them are true blue lives. Because they at least had the heart to say, blue lives is not the only thing that matters. And I have heard them say it, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but several times. When you have an officer that says blue lives is not the only thing that matters, that's telling you something. That's just food for thought. Take it how you want it, but I guarantee you that's knowledge that was dropped. Y'all stay safe. Please wear your mask. And y'all have a nice day.